Will you look who's out and about? He's so not supposed to be. So don't get me in trouble. Don't tell the surgeon. Don't tell the doctors. He's been on house arrest. That's Hugo, by the way. He's been on house arrest for several days now, and he's about fit to be tied. He cannot stand being left behind. So he's not allowed to get excited. He's not allowed to have any running or playing activities. But all he wants, this is what he wants, right? He just wants to be outside with the rest of the dogs. And as long as he doesn't get wound up and start breathing heavy, we're okay. So I mitigated and carried his Frenchie behind down, which he was none too pleased with, by the way. In his mind, he should be walking like a dignified bulldog all the way to the barn. I carried him down here, and he's sort of been, I'll call it, confined to this area. Now, like when I say confined, I mean like he's sort of self-regulating and not going too far. He's not running. He's not playing. So for now, for today anyway, he's behaving. And we're going to let him continue to behave for a few more minutes while I finish up the chores. And then I'm going to bring him in the house, and he's back on house arrest. But he needed a breather. He really did. And so, you know, I'm balancing. It's not hot. There's a huge breeze out. So he's not going to get overheated. He's not going to start to pant. All of the things we don't want him to do should not happen. And of course, by not having him walk the long driveway and try and keep up with the other dogs, and by sort of just staying in the same general area, it's really no different than him going out to potty. It's just in a different location, and give him a little bit of a breather from house arrest. So that is the story with Hugo. Nobody tell anybody that I've done it, though, because I'll get in trouble. He's doing well. He's doing well. He's recovered from his episode. I'm going to say he's not 100%, but I don't expect him to get to be 100%, which is why we're pursuing the surgical option. And we'll see what the surgeon has to say in a few days. And then we'll see how long it takes between that and getting him scheduled and getting him fixed up and all that. I'm not looking forward to that saga, but we're going to get through it one way or the other. Hi, Miss Denali. So the girls are all what I'm going to call short-pitted right now, meaning that I've closed in the gate at the bottom of their run. I've talked to you guys about this before. You know, I have gates at every point and every kind of turn for management of the livestock, right? It's just the way it works. So for me, rather than let the girls have their breakfast and then head all the way out in the pasture, way out there, I need to do some grooming today. I'm going to try and get 3 girls done. We'll see if that's going to happen or not. I don't really need to do 3 girls, but if I can get Misty, Persephone, and Wren done. Wren is such an easy groom, so adding her on as a 3rd is sort of a no-brainer, right? Misty and Persephone are a little bit more challenging. They're in good shape because of the show and because of the multiple baths they've had. But, you know, Misty has this curly Q thing happening that'll take a few minutes to work through. Persephone has a few spots that I can see that are going to take a few minutes to work through. So we'll see. They're not getting baths or anything. This is standard grooming maintenance, right? Hoof trimming, a quick brush through the coat, some conditioning spray through the coat, and then treatment for this round. It's just treatment with their lice preventative, their creepy crawly preventative, really. So knowing that I'm going to do that today, I just go ahead and close them into this shorter pasture for a few minutes. They're digesting their breakfast now, so I'm certainly not going to throw them up on the grooming stand instantaneously. I'm going to take the dogs back to the house. I'm going to change into my grooming clothes. I'll come back down to the barn and get things set up for grooming, and then I'll start grooming. And again, if I can get all 3 done today, fabulous. That puts me a little bit ahead of schedule. And, you know, just like with the videos, right? If I can get just a day or two ahead of schedule, it takes a lot of pressure off. So that is the plan. Then I need to clean stalls. So grooming first, I'll let them all out into the pasture. And then while they're all happily out in the pasture in about an hour and a half or so, I'll clean stalls. And that'll be most of my Saturday spent in the barn, cleaning stalls, taking care of goats. I'm in my happy place and we've got good weather for it. So I'm not complaining in the least. Fanta's having her post-breakfast nap. And I think she's figured out that, you know, she digests, she kind of settles better. Laying down after eating seems to be her new routine. But she's doing great. She's still, you know, moving and grooving as part of the herd. She's still a smiley goat. She always gives me a grin when I talk about her. Look at that toothless grin. I don't know why she likes to smile when we talk about her, but she does. And then last but not least, Ladybug. Ladybug is 1 day away from her very last bottle. So she is down to 4 ounces in the evening, and half of that is just flying out of her mouth and landing on the ground because she's kind of too big for the bottle at this point. So we'll get it tonight and tomorrow night, and then that'll be the end of the weekend, and it'll also be the end of her bottles. And we start a new journey of her just growing up. So that is where we're at right now. Bailey has found himself a happy place. There he is. They all love to roll in the grass, of course. And we've got some aircraft overhead. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen any hot air balloons up. I guess it's probably too windy. Yeah, well, duh. It is probably much too windy to put a balloon up. But this time of the year, we usually get balloons up in the early morning and early evenings. So, yeah, everybody's looking good. I said Hugo's staying relatively calm. I think he knows, again, that he's got some limitations, and he also knows he's on a strict watch list, right? If he decides to do something goofy and get himself worked up, he's not going to be allowed back out. Sophie's enjoying whatever she's found to smell and roll on. My guess would be a dead snake, because we did find an unfortunate garter snake the other day right there in that area. Looked like maybe a bird had taken it and dropped it. Fun times. It was not salvageable, no longer alive when I found it, unfortunately. And of course, we just moved it over, but I'm sure it left a residual smell. So that is what's happening at the farm today. And so next video for me is going to be lots of grooming. And next video for you, I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll have to see what the critters come up with for us to chat about. All right, guys, until next time, I got work to do. Bye for now.